Launch sequence initiated.
Friends, welcome to the Studio of Solitude. Let us stave off the existential dread of living in this crap world together, here, today. Look upon the glorious crystals that compose my studio! Prepare yourself to be delighted by the flowing and altogether magical nature of these hands. And also, we're just gonna have a good time. We'll probably yap about some dumb stuff. Who knows what's gonna happen? You know what? The day is young. It's the morning stream. Get ready for this one, then the afternoon stream. I know you're gonna be to both. I know you're gonna do it. You gotta do it. It's the most fun you can have on a Friday. Right? Right? Anyway, I'm gonna just walk back over there through all of the crystal tunnels here. One of these days I'll show you guys the crystal tunnels once I draw them. Once we get through the crystal tunnels, we're gonna get to the drawing table and everything's gonna be great. Okay? I'll see you guys in just a second when I walk over there, because this is a real place that I'm really in, as you can tell. I'm walking. In the span of that intro, we dropped nearly all of our YouTube watchers, so clearly I'm doing something right. People tuned in and are like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And you know what? You're right. They were like, I'm not about this tomfoolery. I'm not interested in any of it. Oh, well, you know what? I'm not interested in you either. None of it's changing. It's going to continue to be this dumb until the end of time. It may get stupider. Okay? That's the truth, George. That is the absolute truth. But yeah, if, you know, look, I'm very upfront about what this is. I'm very upfront about what we get up to around here. And it's stupid. It's stupid stuff. It's stupid stuff for yucks. That's what we're here for. But also drawing. Also a lot of drawing. Now, is the... Oh no! The main camera has actually broken here. Have you ever get a stream where you draw out some of the... hang on a second. I gotta figure out what's going on with the main camera here. I apologize. It has stopped feeding video to... Okay, we seem to be better now. Holy smokes! I was flipping out! These cameras get a little wanky on my computer for some reason. Anyway, let me answer these questions now. Did you get Restream? You're drawing out some of the D&D skits you drew out. Just curious. I'm not sure I'm understanding. Oh, did I ever get to retype that? I apologize. Are you in a west-facing room? Yes, this is a west-facing room, actually. Which is great until it's nighttime, and then the house becomes 1,000,000 degrees. Did you ever stream you drawing out some of the D&D skits you draw? Oh, okay. For some reason, when I read it on this thing, I didn't understand. No. I didn't. I don't think I did. One of these days, maybe I should do that. That seems like it'd be kind of fun. Oops. Microphone in the way. I love doing this, but all of the equipment on my desk has really has really cut into the amount of space I have on this desk to work. Like, I have basically to... What do I have? To here? That's not good. I'm sorry that this whole setup is so cruddy. I can't believe I constantly lose feed from those cameras. I checked everything before we started today, and for whatever reason, my Mac just doesn't like it. Steve Jobs, you jerk. Thought everything was supposed to be easy using this Unix platform. It's a Unix system, I know this. That's an original Jurassic Park reference. Kids, we're doing panel borders. This is the real stuff. Which D&D skits? I don't even remember them now. Did I have any good ones? Was there a funny one? I don't remember anything. Listen, my brain has turned into toothpaste in recent years. It's real bad. Look, once upon a time I was a very smart boy. And I knew a lot of things, and I could do very good math. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you, dear. My wife is rescuing the Roomba. This is the third time this morning. Third time in 5 minutes that this jerk has gotten caught. Yeah, this is the thickest pen I own. She thick. 3 C's. Maybe 4. Last year, I think. Oh. I think I did, didn't I? I think I drew him flying a monster head around. But I don't know where those went. doing good work here. It was a more complicated page today than previous days. Yeah, we got it because of the dog hair. It just became like so much, like we were having to vacuum so much. We're just like, as long as it removes some of the dog hair some of the time, it will have done it. It will have paid for itself. And he really loves. Son of a bucket! He's caught again. Hang on, it's my turn. It's no. Oh, wife trusts the Roomba so little she didn't even leave. Or are you just not working today, dear?
Oh no, I'm going back to it. I
Okay.
knew it was going to get stuck there.
Is he just getting stuck in the same spot?
Same like this.
Yeah, he's got about 3 spots he likes to get stuck. And the good people at iRobot claim that these things are powered by some sort of incredible artificial intelligence. Does it learn anything ever? No. Does it get stuck in the same 3 spots every single time? Yes. But the other thing I was going to say is that the dog loves these yak cheese chews. They're like it's like on the hardness scale. There's like antlers, which is the highest thing. And then, what's a good sound effect for somebody falling out of a car door and landing on the ground? Paflumph. Because it's got the impact, and then it's got the close. And then yeah, it's got the clothes rustling afterward. Ask me any onomatopoeia you want. I'm a big Don Martin fan, and if there's one thing that man knew how to do, it was come up with great sound effects. Alright. Panel borders completed. You have watched, all 7 of you, have watched the most important part of making a comic, and that's delineating where you are and aren't drawing. Okay, here we go. Now, today, before your very eyes, the artist will use a brush to construct lines for his expressed purpose. First thing we do is we wet the brush. We wet the brush so that the ink does not get too far up into the bristles. We don't want that. We want it on the bristles. We don't want it all the way in the bristles. We know this. I've told you this before, but this is an educational stream as well as an entertaining one. And it's only mildly entertaining, so I can only imagine what the educational value is. I gotta tell you guys, I'll tell you guys because I told my wife this morning. I got real disheartened about our poor dog this morning. He's still a baby. He's only 9 months, but he loves other dogs. He doesn't super love humans. You know what I mean? I think I've told you guys this before. And this morning I was like, well, normally I spend my morning at the park trying to train him to be good at behaving. You know, like I try to make sure that he is a obedient and good dog. But this morning I was like, you know what? Oh, hey, there you go. But this morning I was like, you know what we're going to do is we're going to take him out and we're going to do a little bit of obedience stuff. But then mostly I just want to like maybe throw a ball or a frisbee around to him and stuff like that. And he just doesn't like to have fun with humans. And it's real sad. You know, it's like I'll take him out, I'll throw a ball for him, I'll throw a frisbee around or whatever, and he's just like, yeah, but there's a dog over there and they're fun and you're a fucking alien, man, and I don't like anything that you're selling me. And it's so sad. Because he's a sweet little guy, and I really like him, but he just doesn't like doing stuff with humans. He's just not into it. Or at least here, I'll put it this way. It's not that he's not into it. He just doesn't get excited about it the way he gets excited about it with dogs. And when there's a dog around, it's what he would so much prefer to do. He's like, I know how to have dog fun. I don't know how to have this ball fun. But it's weird because, like, he does like toys. Like, he's more toy motivated than food motivated, I think. I don't know. He's a real peculiar little dog. Yeah, it's tough. Again, I've told that story about how he's, you know, he grew. We adopted him late, and he spent his first 6 months almost entirely with dogs. So, like, you know, my wife and I are just super weird to him. And I feel bad, because it's like, you know, I want him to be happy, and I want him to have fun, but, like, at the same time, I also don't trust all these people at the park with their dogs, because, like, some of these dogs are maniacs, and he's a real sweet little guy. And the last thing I want him to do is, like, start trying to play with somebody, and then the dog, like, go nuts on him, which does happen. So, like, we only let him play with other dogs in real controlled environments, you know? So he's not going to get bitten or hurt or anything like that, or, you know, have a bad experience, because he's never had a bad experience with a dog yet, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know. It's tough, and I feel bad. Because, like, you know, I want him to get all of his energy out, and I want him to go have some fun and stuff. And I'm like, you can do that with me, too. And he's like, I don't want to, though. Okay, buddy. Well, we'll figure out how to do this eventually, so... I don't know, it's just one of the 1,000 things that you have to work on when you're a pet owner. It's tough, I feel bad. If there's one thing I love drawing, it's a jean jacket. Ask Ethan and Griffin. All I did was draw jean jackets and Kill Your Darlings. By the way, Kill Your Darlings trade available in the stores. Go buy it today, please. If you haven't bought it already. I'm having a drink of coffee, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop drawing for a second. By the way, is the camera still working? Okay, good. If you did read Kill Your Darlings, tell me the best part about it. And the answer is the art. I'm kidding. Ethan and Griffin are great. And they wrote a great story. And I'm proud of them. And I'm happy for all the success they're having. Beautiful, my beautiful boys. Thank you, yes. I definitely feel like, though the coloring, I think coloring is a strong suit of mine. And we'll do some coloring streams too, in a week or two maybe. Depending on if the new book gets going sooner than later. But you can see how that works. You can see my particular techniques, which I will happily teach to everyone. I'll teach you the secrets of an independent comic colorist, because... No, actually, hang on, a DC colorist, actually. Because,
DC actually let me color my own pages. Marvel. They let me do it. Those guys let me do it. Dad let me do it. Mom. Issue 6 is a very good one. Thank you for the kind words. I worked on a Harley Quinn holiday special with my former editor, current Batman editor, and all-around amazing dude, Rob Levin. And was it Katie Kubert on that one? I think. Might have been. And then worked on I had a little fill-in on Teen Titans at one point, where I got to draw Donna Troy, and then I realized at that moment, I was like, oh man, drawing Donna Troy is actually a lot of fun. I like drawing her costume with all the stars in it. Yes, it was the Amethyst Christmas short. That is correct. I gotta move my phone. My phone's in my way, man. What the heck? Yeah, it's been hard to get back in with them for some reason. Also, I mean, like, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, there's a million other people that you could work with that are probably on a slightly higher tier than I am art-wise, so I'm not mad about it. I just need to get better, you know? Every day is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself so that you become undeniable. And that when you say, I want to work on this thing, they say, of course you can. That's where I'm trying to get. 'Twas the might before Christmas. Oh yeah, because of Bat Might or whatever. I don't know if anybody read it. I certainly did not receive a royalty check for it, so I'm assuming it didn't do that great. I don't remember what the royalty structure is over at DC anymore. They're all prohibitively structured such that your chances of getting a check are very low. I am aware of this in my own work, but I have an issue with consistency because I have a tendency to favor speed over fidelity because I like to keep on a very specific cadence. I like to get a certain amount of work done a day. Otherwise, I feel like I have not done my job. So I'm working on consistency. I'm also like it's funny. It's partially a strength, but it's also, I think, sometimes a weakness. Is I come from my comics DNA is all comic strips, not comic books, right? Like when some people go, you know, like who's on your Mount Rushmore? And I know I've kind of talked about it from like a a comic book perspective, but I didn't talk about it from a strip perspective, right? Like, my true comics DNA is like Don Martin, Duck Edwing, Mort Drucker, who else? Dave Berg. Like, all the old Mad Magazine guys, right? Because that's what I read growing up. So, like, I'm very much into... My DNA is gag strips. It's not fly, punch, karate chop, right? So my fly, punch, karate chops are not... It's not as ingrained in me, so I have to work harder at it. And I also think as a result of that, I have a tendency to... Like, if you look at these panels, these are very comic strip panels, right? Like, they're pretty straight on. Like, it's just about getting the acting and the jokes out, right? What these pages are not, in my opinion, is as dynamic or as... are not as creatively laid out as they could be. That is also something that I feel that I could improve on. So, I'm trying to find opportunities to push myself in those, in that capacity. And usually when I write for myself, I'm able to find those opportunities. Like, I have a full... Do you guys have any interest in seeing this? I have this really weird comic that I made about, like, these people that, like, worship polar bears. It's a real real weird little comic, but like I took some chances with my layouts in a way that I don't normally. I don't know where I have to. Okay, well, I'll show it to you. Let me see if I can find it first. I don't know where it is. I gotta clean my brush off really quick here. All right, join me at the computer table. Join me at the computer table, won't you? Wrong one. There we go. I did the whole thing for no reason. Here, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here you go. You can see the pages. And you can see all the things sitting on my desktop. Hope there's nothing incriminating. Who knows? Let me open up my folders here. Yes. I have an entire comic book here, 24 pages. That I've never shown to anybody. Thanks. It's mostly dumb stuff. So this is it. I'll just page through it, I guess. So she's looking, and then like we get this little backstory of her with the polar bear, and how she kind of becomes friends with it. And then, you know, she's a brave kid, but then it turns out polar bear dead. And then it's like more backstory, and then dad dies, and then it's, you know, she figures out it was the same person that killed dad is the same person that killed the polar bear. And then she goes on a little adventure to go hunt down who did it. And then, you know, she goes and tries to stop him. But yeah, I took some real strange chances with the layouts and stuff like that. So we'll see. Maybe one of these days I'll make it. Or I'll finish it, but who knows? Who knows? Alright. We'll go back now. Alright. We're back. Cool transition. Why did I do it? Who knows? So that's the thing. Also, thank you to everybody who's continued to hang out, even though everybody else seems to have taken off. Not entertaining enough. If there's something that you think would enhance the streams, other than just me drawing and yapping, please let me know. I'll, if you need more Carl, I'll put him in the background somewhere, dancing around or something. I know we're just watching a man draw here, and that's not always the most entertaining. Also, George, if I'm being honest with you, the reason that desktop looks so clean is because before I started streaming, I was like, if I'm going to be doing this, I should probably clean my desktop up because people are going to be seeing this. It was a mess. I don't know that you necessarily need to find people that are more skilled than you. You just need to find people whose opinion you respect, and someone who maybe you think does one or two things better than you. I mean, look, this is gonna sound like negative self-talk, but it isn't. I don't think it is anyway. I am not of the impression that people see my name on a book and then they go, I need to buy that, right? Oh, well, thank you, Raul. But, you know, I don't think, in my opinion, and not that I've heard it anywhere, or that I've seen it anywhere, but like if somebody says, "Oh, Bob's drawing this," they go, "I gotta buy it." I don't know that that's the case, and I certainly haven't seen. You know, I don't spend a ton of time on social media, but you know, I have on occasion been on some subreddits and stuff like that, and you know, when people talk about the Krakoa era, the books that I drew are typically not in the conversation. You know what I mean? So, you know, to me that means that I did not make... To me that seems to indicate that I did not make an impression in the way that potentially I had hoped. And all that means is that I just need to work a little harder at it. I need to find the spots where I'm falling short and do better next time. And, you know, I think the second you stop trying to improve is the second that you're kind of done, you know? Like, if I stop trying to be better at this, there's a million people who are trying to be better than me. You know? And then those email addresses get lost. So, you gotta just keep working hard. Gotta keep trying to get better. So some of it did. The fun. Okay, can I tell you this? This is the funniest thing. A lot of the press around Kill Your Darlings, and specifically the art, was people saying, "I thought I knew who this guy was. What was this book? Holy crap!" Right? And the number of people who kept saying, "Oh my God, the coloring on this book is really unbelievable." And then I'm like, yeah, that's because when I draw, I'm thinking about how I want it lit. I'm thinking about how I want it colored, right? And I leave a lot of decisions. I continually kick decisions down the road, if that makes any sense. Or not necessarily kicking decisions down the road. That's probably the wrong way to put it. But like my line art, it tends to be very open. I don't spot a lot of blacks, and the blacks I do spot are more for page anchoring, and they're less for indicating light source. Okay. So a lot of decisions get left in the colorist's hands as far as how to handle lighting, how to handle mood in the scene, etc., because I came up coloring myself, right? I came up coloring myself in my old Dynamite days. So I would just not have to make those decisions, or I would be able to just sort of control the output from start to finish. Now the problem is when you are working at Marvel and you ask them repeatedly if you can color yourself, they will say no. Right? That's just what they say to me. For whatever reason, they just don't. I'm assuming they just don't like what I do, and that's fine. But what that means is the final output in a lot of these books is left up to the interpretation of the colorist, right? That's fine. You know, everybody's they've got their deadlines and they've got their things they're trying to get done, and you know, if they don't want to do it the way that I want to do it, that's fine. The trouble that I run into is that a lot of times I will get pages back and I'll be like, this is not how I envisioned this, right? Now, there's two ways you can handle that. One is you can be a real jerk about it, right? And you can just sit there and you can yell at your editor, you can yell at the colorist and all that stuff. Or you can understand that this is a person who's got a lot of pages that they need to do. They're under contract. They have to get this done by a certain date. Everybody has to get it done by a certain date. And also, to a certain extent, these guys are, you know, I shouldn't say not to a certain extent. These guys, not even to a certain extent, they are artists as well. They are not robots, right? So, the idea that I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to dictate to them how they do their job because I drew it does not rub me the right way. It feels inappropriate. Like these guys, I hate this term, but it's the only one I can think of at the moment. And it's the one my old writing partner used to use, is everyone needs to feel creatively pregnant, right? Like they need to feel like they're expressing themselves or doing their job in a way that makes them happy. And like, you know, there's a reason that they're not digging ditches. It's because they like coloring comics. And if I'm contributing in any way to them not enjoying their job, I don't like that, right? I don't want to be that guy that makes them go, oh, I don't want to work with this guy again. He's such a jerk, right? Because, you know, like, this is a fun collaborative job. And, you know, sometimes you just have to not get what you want so that somebody else can get what they want. That doesn't mean that I have to be happy with the output, but it just means that, you know, sometimes you stop. Basically, it just means that sometimes I stop fighting battles, right? Sometimes I just go, yeah, that's good enough, because this is a collaboration, and this is what the collaboration put together. And there's only so much control that you can exert over a thing. That having been said, I tend to like my creator-owned output better, just because it goes out the way I wanted it to. And if somebody's not happy about it, there's no one to blame but myself. So there you go. There's my little baby rant, I guess, if there is to be one. People should be pregnant at all times. Everyone, be pregnant. Everyone, show each other your time. Everybody, time to make some butt babies. Never seen. Is Sweep Thinny stuck again? That's the name of our Roomba. Sweep Thinny's bumper is stuck. Oh boy, what does that mean? Guys, his bumper is stuck. 1 second, I gotta go rescue the Roomba. Enjoy Carl. Back. Rescued the Roomba. Stuck in a place he's never been stuck before. What a complete doofus. Yeah. It's tough. Again, like, it's pop art, right? It is. These things are meant to be read, consumed, then thrown away. Right? Like they're periodicals. Oops, wrong one. Like that's what you did with them when you were a kid. You went to the drugstore, you folded them up, you stuck them in your back pocket, you read them on the front stoop of the school or the Walgreens or whatever, and then you threw them away. So, like, the idea of being precious about it feels stupid to me sometimes. And the fact that, like, I'd be a crybaby about it feels very stupid. But that's also why, you know, I like doing creator-owned stuff, right? Number one, speaking of creative pregnancy, right? Like George here allowed me to do this comic off of an outline. I have never felt more creatively alive on a project that I didn't write myself, because he's allowing me very much to just sort of interpret ideas, right? It's kind of like, it's like this and they say this, kinda, maybe. I'm like, awesome, I got that. Let me hit these beats. Let me hit these beats, you see what you can do with it. Hopefully we're okay. This is a mix-up. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in a minute. I wish more writers trusted artists enough to do that. Yeah. That'd be nice. I'm excited to start our new book. I'm gonna send an email on Monday just being like, hey, can we get started or what? But it's real peculiar. Like, the thing I like about it is that it is such an odd story. Like, one of those things I talk about is like how good comics is at telling you something weird. You know? And we're definitely going to tell everybody something real weird. Yeah. Yeah, trusting your collaborator is the tough part. Like, and here's the other thing I'll say about like working for Big Two, right? Like, in general, they do tend to give you full script, right? Which is not my preferred method of working, but like at a certain point, these dudes are, you know, it's like everybody, there's so many flagpoles that you need to run these scripts up. You know, like I get what's the name of that group? I get emails back from Marvel every now and then because they'll send the pages to S&P. S&P is a Disney legal department. Actually, I don't know if they're a legal department, but is a department at Disney called Standards and Practices. I don't think I'm talking out of school about this. And basically, they want to make sure that you're not putting anything naughty in the backgrounds. So I've had I've actually had them come by and go, "What is this thing in the background? What are you trying to say with it?" And I was like, "Oh, that's just, you know, like, do I have it? Maybe I can show it to you. It's kind of cool. It's sort of interesting, like inside baseball stuff. If I still have these files on my computer, let me check really quick. Desktop, work, Marvel. It was my old computer. Okay, I can't do it. I can't show it to you. Sorry." But I had done a thing where like there was a facility. So I think I've told you that my uncle had a kidney transplant and I had to take care of him. And at Scripps Green Medical Center in La Jolla, they divide up the building by cardinal directions. So like there's West Wing, East Wing, and all that stuff. And I had numbered the rooms by like the rooms were like Northwest 5, just because I thought it was an interesting way to delineate room space. And the editor came back and was like, Standards and Practices wants to know what this means. And I'm like, oh, I was just at a hospital once and they did a cool thing with the way they broke the rooms up, so I'm just labeling the rooms that way. And they went, okay, cool. So, you know. Do you feel it's nice when you're challenged to draw things you're not used to? Yes. It's fun to learn how to do new things. Speaking of my love of Mort Drucker, there was I should find it. You guys want to watch? Here, screw it. We're gonna. I don't know. Actually, no. I don't know how it works with Twitch and like watching content on. But and I don't want to get pulled for copyright or anything like that. But there was a really, really great interview that he did. He got interviewed by some guy and he was talking about his method of essentially practice. And what he said is like you know, if you're not good at drawing hands, you just draw a hand until you're good at drawing hands. And then after that, you find the next thing that you're not great at drawing, right? So it's like, oh, maybe I'm not good at drawing cars. So then you just keep drawing cars, and eventually you get good at drawing cars. And you're like, okay, well, what's the next thing I'm not great at? Well, I'm not great at drawing airplanes. Well, draw 1,000 airplanes. And the next thing you know, you're really good at drawing airplanes. And his method was just to keep finding your weaknesses and turning them into strengths And then eventually you can draw just about anything. And that is definitely something I took to heart, and something that I have tried to bring forward in a spirit of learning. And, you know, when something new shows up in a script that I don't know how to draw yet, I'm like, okay, cool. An opportunity to learn how to draw this thing. And that feels good. I now have a new thing I know how to do that somebody else might not know how to do. But here's the other thing I'll say though. The tough part of that is learning how to draw on the page, right? Like sometimes you get a script in and you're like, what is a C390? And you're like, I have to figure out how to draw this airplane from every angle and make it look rad. I've never seen it before. And I just got the script yesterday, and it's on page 1. Those are tough days. You spend a lot of time Googling. I sounded very California for a second there. You spend a lot of time Googling. Do you guys ever use Google? Hey, chat. Do you ever use Google? It's called a search engine. When Todd McFarlane started, he did that in Spider-Man. Every issue, he was focusing on one thing he wasn't good at. Yeah, there you go. That's what all the great ones do. Focus on the thing you're not good at. You know, the great thing about a comic book is that you have to draw... Basically, you're drawing 100 pictures every issue, right? If you assume 20 pages, 5 panels per page, it's 100 drawings every single issue, right? If you focus on one thing every issue, by the end of that issue, you're going to be good at it. Or you're going to at least be passable at it. Unless you get a bunch of splash pages, in which case it's just 20 drawings. 20 drawings only. That's what I want. And it's just one hero shot after the next of a guy standing with a gun and like smoke behind him. Easy. GG easy. GG no heals. I'll do those all day. One guy standing in front of smoke. Doesn't matter. Oh, also, George, per your previous question, the other thing I struggle with, I think, is like really big, like sort of splashy, like iconic superhero splash pages. Like, I am not good at them. I'm unfortunately very good at quiet moments. And quiet moments, only appeal to certain readers. Here, you know what? I'll even give you an example. I'll give you an example from X Factor. How about that? Let's go back through my old work, and I'll tell you. It's okay. You're allowed to do it. But here, I'll show you what I mean. Join me at the computer table. We're here. We've done it. I didn't walk. Sorry. Let me grab... And we're going to go into the X Factor folder. And we're going to go into the issues. You can see all this. Nothing... These are all old. But there was... Is this the issue? No. But even this is a good example, right? Like here's like this big thing of zombies, and I just don't feel it, right? Like this does not feel menacing enough to me. I feel like this could have been bigger. It's too far away. It's too a little smushed back. Like I'm not feeling the dynamicism of a whole city of zombies coming at me. And that's a no good for me. Let me see if I can find it here. Like this was close, but even this I wasn't crazy about. Oh, and then the other, where was the other one? This one was good. This one I kind of got right. This felt menacing. I can't find it now. There was a moment between. There was a moment between Cecilia Reyes and this is it. So this I thought I did well. It's like she, her boyfriend had just fallen out of a helicopter, and he's trying to comfort her, and like this I think I executed pretty good. This probably could have been a bigger moment on the page, but there was a fair amount of dialogue, so I had to leave room for it. But this felt good. It must have been in issue 5. Yeah. This didn't work for me. Like, here is Polaris, and she is trying to pull down a helicopter. And it just doesn't work for me. It, like, looking back on it now, it's just not, it's not big enough. Like, this does not, I'm not feeling the power of the electricity. I'm not feeling any of it. I really struggled with this page. So, I don't know. And then once the colors came in, I just felt like it got even worse. Yes, agreed. That I feel the same way, but you found the right guy for that. Yes, it does feel like... Well, I'm a huge Katamari soundtrack fan. I have, like, all of them. Yes, thank you. I do try to keep my files very organized. Anyway, so there we go. Poof, back to the table. So there you go. Those are the things that I really want to work on, and I want to try to get better at as a comic book artist. And maybe one of these days, the problem is that like when you kind of get I have a reputation of being the guy who's good at the emotional moments, and also doing things with historical accuracy. So Marvel came to me with a historical acting thing, and I was just, I immediately told him, I was like, I don't want to do this right now. I have no desire to draw this. I know I'm that guy, but that's not where I want to be right now. And then they gave me a bigger thing, but then unfortunately I was kind of already on the road with this creator-owned stuff, so I just kind of was like, I can't do it right now, which sucked. But it would have been really fun to work on. I think they got a better person to work on it anyway. Honestly, and I've told them this as well, what I want is a big action gag book. Like, I want them to bring back Next Wave, and I want to draw it. And every time I ask them to do it, they say no. I hope so. I hope we manage to do that. And yes, Way of X is still in there. I haven't offloaded those to my external drive yet. Speaking of books, I feel like I didn't deliver on. When I got a call from the X-Men office, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm not ready for this. And then I did the best I could, but I definitely feel like I got X-Men before I was ready for it. X-Men is incredibly difficult. X-Men books are some of the hardest you'll ever do. As a comic book artist. Because there's 1,000 characters on every page and they all talk. And you have to make room for them to talk, but also room for them to look cool. Next Wave is one of the greatest books that Marvel ever put out. I don't think they'll do another one, but like when they ask, what do you want to work on? I say, can I please do a Gabby book, and can I please do an X-Wave book? And then I never hear back from them. And then they put out a Gabby book without me. Still salty about it. I bring it up every time. I actually am mad, aren't I? Oh yeah, dude. I have that. I have that, and there's a. I have a little drive down there, little external drive that I offload everything to every once in a while. I should probably offload Way of X. It's probably safe at this point. There's Next Wave, Agents of Hate. I think it's the only. I think there's only one. If you have Marvel Unlimited, it's. Here's the problem. It's incredibly difficult to get the trade. I don't think they sell it anymore. I have a copy of it, but like you have to get them from secondhand resellers. Yeah. Warren Ellis, Stuart Immonen. It's hilarious. It's stupid. It's action-packed. It's fun. It's super bizarre. It just felt like two people going like, all right, well, what can we get away with? Because like I think when I bought it, I had to spend, I think it was like $50 for the trade or something like that, just because it was really hard to get a hold of, and the copy I have is mangled. Whole thing's up on all Marvel Unlimited though, which is a legitimately great value. not just saying that because Alligator Loki's on there. Could be. Could be. I don't know much about that, honestly. I don't really follow comics news and comics drama and all that stuff. I barely even know what books are coming out. As my friend Dave said, I'm a fake geek girl. I barely even read comics. I read Hellboy. That's about it. Oh, 4-issue OMAC miniseries. That sounds fun. I think the closest I ever got to doing like really big dumb comics was the Cable Reloaded. I think I got pretty close to doing a good job on those ones, as far as like big comics goes. Do I have those lying around? Hang on. Marvel. Cable, I do! Yeah, you know what? Here, screw it. I'll show you these. These ones I think I got pretty close on. If we're gonna be tough on ourselves, we should also be easy on ourselves sometimes. Let's move over to the here. So like this one we did pretty good, right? Because we got to draw Grey Malkin, and that looks pretty cool. And then we did the big double page spread where he's coming out of the thing, where I was channeling my best 90s goofball stuff. And then this one was pretty good. This one wasn't so great. This one I liked because I got to draw Big Rocket. That was fun. Uh-oh! Look who's here! But yeah, this one I got pretty close to doing 90s goofball stuff. And then I did the one thing that I was very proud of was I did the vertical double page spread. Hi, big guy. Oh, we had a couple double page spreads where we had like the big explosion and all that. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Man. Alright, we're going back to the drawing table. Here. Uh-oh, are we licking our penis? Are we licking our erect penis? Are we a grosso? Uh-oh, you've come in, now you have to say hi to everybody. You've come in, now you have to say hi to everybody. You know the rules. Here we go. Picking you up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 80 pounds. Oof. Big dog. Okay, there we go. Now it's time for dog content. Here he is, everybody. Here's Winston. He's saying hello. Here you go, buddy. Take the brush. See what you can get done. He's not doing a good job. He's not great at it. No. You feel pretty hot. Are you okay? Or are you just a million degrees because you're a dog, and dogs are like 101 degrees. Oh, our penis is out. We're gross. We are just gross. Okay, Papa. I'm gonna put you down now, okay? Thank you. Can I ask you to move over? There you go. Can we move over here? Can we not? Can we not plant our bottoms right where my chair needs to go? Come on, Bubba. There you go. Thank you. Good job. Good boy. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna move forward now, and then I'm gonna give you a treat for being a good boy, but you need to move your leggies. I don't want to hurt your leggies. Okay? Okay? Can you move your little leggies? Can you move your little leggies, big guy? You don't know what that means. I'm gonna pick your leggies and your tail up so I don't hurt you, okay? There we go. There you go. Alright, thank you for your patience, everyone. The dog came in. Mr. Man? There you go. Alright, we're back. We're back from dog content. I tried to give him the brush, he wouldn't take it. Oh no! There we go. Thank goodness. Pick that up before the soaked into the page. Can we see what I'm doing? No, we cannot. We'll move it down here. These pages are so... This 11 by 17 paper is so big that sometimes you're drawing where you don't want to draw so that people can see it. Guys got real quiet all of a sudden. The dog came in, and then I told you about how he had a boner, and then it just seems like everybody got real clammed up real bad. He is a little bit of a weirdo. He gets very overstimulated. And we can't neuter him yet. But we want to, trust me. He's becoming a real bully sometimes. We all died from the cute? Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. He's a cute baby. He's a cute little baby boy. Alright, I think we're done with the contours. Hooray. True. So far, you'll be able to have one sip of coffee, Joker, alright? Think you know so much? Think you're so smart. Oh. Work where you can see it. You couldn't see it, could you? You couldn't see his wiener, could you? I'd be mortified if you saw his... If you saw the red rocket come out. Cause I just pick him up because he's... Yeah, destroyed by dog dong. That's like one of those political debate videos. Ben Shapiro destroyed by dog dong. Okay, thank goodness. I was gonna, like, there was a part of me that was like, I'd watch a Ben Shapiro destroyed by dog dong video, but then I was like, no, I wouldn't. That's too much. Hello, sir. Well, you see this jerky on my desk and you want some, huh? Well, how does a good boy behave? I'll give you one if you can remember how a good boy behaves. Good boy, go down. Good boy. Yes. Hey, there you go. Oh, he looks like a little baby eating jerky. Oh, that's the truth. That's fine. Yeah, it's basically a Lovecraft. It seems like it would be anyway. Always plug the stream and tell people to come watch. Where did my phone go? Oh, there it is. I didn't even see the little thing pop up. There it is. That dog looks so annoyed. That is the best screenshot. And he's just like... I gotta repost that. Hang on. It's too funny. That is the best screenshot ever taken of this dumb show. Oh, my poor long-suffering dog. You know, I was talking about how he doesn't like human stuff. I think I'm the reason why. He's just like, oh, this guy. This fucking human who keeps picking me up. Oh, but are you smelling my leg? That's a weird thing to do, isn't it? Would you like another piece of jerky for being a good boy? You can have it. Good job. Can you hear him munching whenever I give him one? He's like... gotta use the smaller pen for these eyes. These eyes cry every night for you. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but I'm never gonna see another one like I have with you. These eyes are crying. That's right. We're drawn to the oldies and beep boops. If there's one thing I'm good at. Oh, bro, careful, careful, careful. Thank you. Bye. He bumped my table that has the water on it. And if the water gets all over the floor, we're gonna have a problem. Because I have a rug to protect the carpeting. But, you know. Uh-oh, somebody's having big feelings. We having some big feelings, Bubba? What's up? He's like, I'm in here. I'm sitting down, Father. Doesn't that mean that I get Treatos? I don't know. Here, wait. I'm gonna turn this real quick so you can see him. He has this cute trick. Ready? Winton, touch. You touch. Good boy. That's all he can do. He can sit, he can down, he can touch. He can touch your hand with his snoot. Here, can we go down? Can we go down for me, Papa? Thank you. Good job. Good job. I want the VHS right now. Drawn to the oldies. Who sang that? Does anybody know? These eyes cry every night for you. These eyes song. The Guess Who? There you go. We figured it out, guys. Look who's being a good boy right now. I think it's you. I think he's being a good boy. I think he gets some jerky for being a good boy. Yeah, good boy. Every time I give him one, he's like... He can't just, like, quietly take it. Hey, can we not lick my boxes? Am I drawing in the right spot? You can see all this? Okay. That's the one you should actually take a drink on. That's the one you should take a drink on. Does Twitch allow you to make drinking games? Oh! It is not an original song. Yeah, that's an old one. Old Guess Who song. Can we not lick an adapter? You have slobbered all over that adapter, dude. That is so gross. In the words of Brooke, your long-suffering trainer. Gross, dude. Woo! Hang on. Hang on. Okay, we're back. No more sneezes. Sir. Mr. Man. Here's another piece of jerky for you. For being such a nice, quiet boy. He literally goes... He's so funny. I wish I'd written these eyes. That'd be pretty cool. Hey! Hey! Are we trying to eat plastic? Are we trying to get into stuff? This is the thing that actually slows down my workday. Mr. Man, sit. Good boy. Mr. Man, down. Thank you. Here's your Treato. Good work. Thank you. Is when he decides he wants to get into things. He's like, I'm bored. And like, I get it. This is not the height of excitement for a dog. This, you know, living with somebody. I was reading a post somewhere. You know, just partially because we do kind of struggle with him again because he doesn't like doing fun with human stuff. And they were like, imagine you've been abducted by aliens and they make you do all this weird stuff you don't want to do. And you get to live in their house and they feed you. And then I was like, yeah, a dog living with a human is sort of a alien abduction situation, right? Like, we're super weird. Like, we make no sense to dogs. So, you know, you gotta give them a little bit of grace. These dogs. You're being very good right now. Have some more jerky. I hit you in the butt with it. You'll be able to get it. Also, you would know the song was mine because it is stupid. I do not write songs about serious subjects. I wrote a song about cowboys shooting each other in the penis. I wrote a song about farting in people's mouths. I don't write songs about heartbreak. So if you're like, that song sounds sweet, and it's about being in love, you're like, well, wasn't mine. Go down. Go down for me, babe. Yeah, good job. There you go. I'm pretty sure that I'm also fairly convinced that he stands back up so that I will notice him and then tell him to do something so that he can get more candy. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. He's not dumb. Like, he's definitely kind of dopey, but he's not stupid. Yeah. Yeah, if it's about the love of a woman, about how I cry every night over you, no. I re-recorded that song, The Crusher, if you're familiar with it. The Crusher was an old wrestler from Milwaukee, and he appeared on a song by... What was the name of the band? I can't remember the name of the band. Does anybody know? The Novas. It was the Novas. And I re-recorded that. Because the Crusher was from Milwaukee. And so am I. And it's also a funny song. Ooh. That sounds like a song that's right up my alley. I'll have to listen to that. Do you know the name of the song? Also, Winston gets very upset when he can't see both of us. Like, he doesn't want to hang out with us. He just wants to be able to see us. As I think I've mentioned, our trainer calls it near not on, right? Like, he doesn't want to lay on you. He just wants to know that you're around him. He's back. Would you like a treat, sir? How does a good boy behave? Oh, he did it without me asking. What a good boy. Yeah. Here you go. Here you go. It's always nice when he knows. Can you not lick? Thank you. Thank you for not licking my shredder. Sorry, I bumped the microphone, guys. I bumped the microphone. I'm gonna go post about how we're still making comics out here, so these jokers know it's important to come and watch me. All right, I've done my best. If they can see that adorable dog and not want to jump in here, I mean, there's just no hope for them. Oh, where's the dog? He's in here with me for once. What a change of pace.
I was so confused. He was not in the normal hallway.
Yeah, he wasn't just laying in the hallway like a lump. Yeah, he didn't eat he didn't eat his breakfast because he's been in here getting treats from me. He's been happily eating those. He hates his food. He just hates it. Like he's not sick. Like it's not like he's not eating because he doesn't want to eat. It's that he doesn't like his food. So like we have to find ways to embellish it for him. Oh. Well, I'll have to look that one up. Are you embellishing his breakfast? I could hear the tap on the side of the dog food bowl. I'm like, here's your yogurt or whatever you want. Cottage cheese. What a delight. That seems like something he'll go for. This boy's obsessed with cheese. We try very hard not to give him cheese. But, he doesn't care what we want him to do. And he will very carefully pick around his kibble and just eat the cheese. So here's what he does. He sits, so we have a little breakfast bar in our kitchen where we have lunch together. And that's where we also play spelling bee and all that. He sits underneath us, and then once a day he will release the most toxic fart. It's only one, but one is enough. We're gonna go to the 0.05 for this one. There we go. Sounds like he's going nuts on that breakfast now. He listens to Liam Neeson release the Kraken in his mind and just do it. Yeah.
I will find you, and I will kill you with my farts.
It feels like there would be a mashup of the new Naked Gun movie and Taken.
I'm a man with a very specific set of skills. I will find you, and I will fart on you.
How much did he eat? Better than nothing, I guess. He's so picky. Human fruit or bust. Oh. What I love to do more than anything while drawing these comic books is assault your ears with boops and whomps as I hit the microphone cable. Perhaps for the afternoon stream we will move the microphone slightly to avoid that. Probably not, though. Oh, that's right. He was like Zeus in that or something, wasn't he? Am I crazy? I don't think I ever saw that one. Was it good? Oh, something happened. Oh! Thank you, new subscriber. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. It's nice of you to stop by and give me the sub. Let me reward you with more drawing. I will reward you by continuing to do what I was already doing, which is draw pictures. You had the Prime available? Well, that means a lot. Because you could have given it, there's literally a billion other channels you could have given it to. You gave it to mine, so. And that means continuing to do this is even easier than it was before. It means I can put on even more dumb stuff. do appreciate it, though. It's very generous of you. We're still on the screen. We're going to move this down ever so slightly. We're adjusting the positioning of the camera so you might see even better how the artist creates. How the artist maintains uncomfortable eye contact as he draws. Is it inking digitally? Ooh. Are you working on a secret project? Are you allowed to talk about it? Hi! True. It is part of the charm. Just a webcomic strip, not a secret. Okay, well, what's it called? How do we go see it? How do I see these comics? I want to read them. Oh, okay. Club Pink Taco. Oh my goodness. With a name like that, is it NSFW? Or is it just funny? Only behind Patreon. Oh, okay. Well, I want to see it. Join me at the other table. Will you? Join me over at the other table. I want to. Let's all enjoy this together. We don't have Patreon, so we're gonna not have to look at boobs or anything. All right, the dog is in the way of my chair, so I'm gonna kneel. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Here, right here. All right, we're gonna look at this. At this comic. Oh, this is lovely. Pumpkin spice jizz and bad life choices. Oh my goodness. Delightful. This is very nice looking. I like the eyes on these guys, and I love the way you handle the three-dimensionality of the hair here on this guy with his. I don't know. I like it. I think it looks great. Thank you for sharing. Now, back to the other one. We're here. Listen, the thing with this dog is not that he's... You wouldn't use the blanket because he's hot. Like, I can feel the heat radiating off of him. And I live in the desert, dude. Down, please. Good boy, good boy. Have a Treato. Oh, really? Well, what was the trick? Tell everyone. Glad to see you back on YouTube. Miss your old drawing challenge days. So, yeah. I miss doing Bob's drawing challenge too. It was, you know, the thing of it is like when you start... I think I've mentioned it in the past. But like, once you start doing comics full time, the time you have to do other stuff is just so, it really gets like ground down into a fine paste this time. And it becomes such a like the idea of drawing for fun and then editing a video afterward on my weekends is just like it's not the worst sounding thing on earth, but it's not super fun. And then on top of that, like, you know, Bob's Drawing Challenge needs a little, you know, I was thinking about bringing it back in a live format, but the problem is it's just not as fun, right? Like doing a quick video, you know, like a 5-minute video where I'm just yapping and drawing and the thing kind of quickly takes shape, that's great. But like the idea of doing Bob's Drawing Challenge as like a live thing, like if I was gonna do that, we would actually, I'll show you what we did yesterday. My buddy Anton was on the stream and he was talking, because like he knows that I'm a big dinosaur fan, and anytime they find a new dinosaur, he'll tell me about it. And he was telling me about this Argentinian dinosaur that's like T-Rex, right? But it had a real long neck. So we ended up drawing long neck Gaucho T-Rex. And he says, "Me gusta Argentina," as an Argentinian long neck T-Rex would. So it was like, if I was gonna do it, it would be that, but it would have to be like that level of short. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, you're just sitting here like, because those original videos, I'd take like 2 hours, and it's not as snappy, right? Look at them snappy videos out, and even the ones I put out were like 10 minutes. It is what it is, you guys. I had a friend who wants to edit for me, and I would love to let him. I'm just so bad at recording any of these streams and putting them anywhere, so that he could actually do it. And like, edit these down into bite-sized nuggies for the algorithm. And then even like the idea of having to edit down bite-sized nuggies for the algorithm is so distasteful to me. Even though it's like what you kind of have to do, right? Especially if you're really trying to do it, you gotta post these shorts, these YouTube shorts, and then get on TikTok Live. And I don't want to do any of that. I just want to draw pictures and have a laugh. Who's got that kind of time? You really have to start like a whole business. It's like, I'm trying to draw comic books, dude. But maybe that's, you know, in this future we've made for ourselves, the move is actually to diversify your art output. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Smash like. Still on the page? Yes, we are. Good. Goofs aside, though, if there is something that you want to see on the lives, please let me know, because I'm happy to do that stuff. Like, if you're like, no, actually, I would love to see a long, like, you're wrong, Bob. Hey, idiot, you're wrong. I want to see you draw things live, slowly, that we ask you to draw. Like, all right, we can do that. We can bring that back. Lord knows I don't know what anybody likes. If people liked what I liked, the world would be a very different place. It'd be much slower. If the world liked what I liked, I'd have more friends to play Overwatch with. Single tier. The trick. If you calibrate the digital pen cursor to be always 1 inch away from the actual pen tip, made more precise ink. Oh, interesting. I'll have to try that. Just see how it works for me. The problem is that my workflow has been the way that it's been for so long that, like, I feel like a pretty drastic change like that would probably screw me up. I'm glad it works for you, though. You know what? I could see that. See, the difference is I got one of those 24 Pros. So I've got a ton of screen space to play with. So with that being the case, you know, my hand's not getting in the way that much. But, you know, stuff like that's not a big write-off for everybody, so you can't just have one. They're pricey. However, once again, if you do start working for Marvel, they do give you a Studio of Solitude of your very own. Space Station not included. Which is tough. Once again, I need these subs in order to pay for that space station. It's very expensive. Smash like, submit donos. What's the other thing you're supposed to do? Super chats? I can't accept money on YouTube though, so it doesn't matter. I got demonetized due to lack of activity. How is that Huion? I know a lot of people swapped over to that recently. I'm seeing a ton of people talking about him. Like, were you previously a Cintiq user or a Wacom, which I think is the actual pronunciation? Or were you previously a Wacom user and then moved over to Huion? Dog. I don't think we're going to be making a sequel, unfortunately. We had a sequel idea, but to say that I have not heard much from the good people at Humanoids, that would be an understatement. They're way cheaper too, right? Do you yeah, wait. So have you ever had to deal with their customer support at all? Because I was a I'm not crazy about what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, I would be curious about that. Because I've had to call Whack'ems, and I was not incredibly impressed. That whole face gotta go. That wasn't working for me. We'll wait for the we'll wait for that to dry and get the rest of her here. Yeah, I agree. I've, you know, the problem is that they were the only guy on the block for the longest time, and they just didn't need to try that hard. They're like, well, where are you gonna go? Nowhere, right? And then, joke's on them. Here comes Huyan, and they're just like, uh-oh, don't eat our lunch. Huyan's like, eat your lunch. I'm gonna eat it. Your lunch looks good. What'd you have? Peanut butter sandwich? Not anymore, you don't. There we go. That's better. She looks friendlier now. Yeah, see, that's the difference. They have an actual competitor now. I need to move this. I keep hitting it. There we go. That should get it out of the way. Sorry about that, everybody. Kept, like every 5 minutes. Boom, boom. Wait, Wacom did? No way. Hang on. Wacom has not declared bankruptcy. In fact, reports from fiscal 25 a copy has undergone business transformation that has improved its profitability. Improved profitability. Fiscal 2025 operating profit increased by 44.7%. Parent company rose by 14.5%. Strategic business. Blah, blah, blah. So that, I don't know. Maybe they were in weird straits for a minute, but probability of bankruptcy. No data available for this ticker. All right. I'd swap back to Intuos way away from Cintiq. The Intuos is expensive now? Ugh. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get those dudes. They're definitely under the impression that their product is better than it is. We want the 2. We want the 0.2, guys. That's what we need. Swapping over. That's better. I actually don't think I am, but maybe. Like, hey guys, what's it gonna take to get stream sponsored by Huion? Official Huion artist. They'd be like, why are you using actual pens? Stop it! Hello, I'm Bill Huion. Earlier this year, our company sponsored notable artist Bob Quinn. Two problems there. One, we recently found out that he is a degenerate who made up that pooping mutant. And also, he was using real pens. We are apologizing right now to all of our customer base for this oversight. We didn't know he was a weirdo, and we didn't know he was drawing things on paper. We will be giving away 6 free Huions to the first person that goes to his blue sky and tells him he's an idiot. Yeah, and Clip Studio runs on Clip Studio also runs on iPad, which was a boon during jury duty. Got a page done while I was sitting there. Before I told them, ain't no way I'm sitting on this jury. No, webcomics do that? They just gave him one? That's pretty tight. I'm sure the days of free Huions are over. Of course, you never know until you ask. You gotta be an asker, you guys. You never know what you can get if you don't ask for it. Free tables at cons. All that stuff. But also, webcomic readership is crazy high, though. Like, I think webcomic readership is high enough. I would think that would probably outpace, like, significantly, like, standard periodical readership. And I think barrier to, like, I see the play there, right? As a former corporate guy, because like. Yeah, see, so like, if I'm a webcomic guy, right, I've got 90k viewers. I think, I couldn't tell you what X Factor sold, but I don't think we ever hit 90k, right? So, one, my readership is probably smaller than the webcomic guy, which is crazy to think about. Two, like, you know, getting a webcomic up and running is not that bad. And like signing up for an account on Tapas or Webtoon or whatever is not hard. And you can sell a $200 tablet to a kid who wants to make a webcomic, but you're never like, maybe you could sell a $200, like, I feel like there's more of a, I also feel like there's more of a connection between the webcomic writer, creator, and the webcomic reader than there is between the standard floppy person, like the floppy periodical. We call them floppies. What a terrible. These floppy boys. I just feel like there's more of a connection there between that reader and the creator, such that giving them a free, like, I understand the marketing play there. I don't know. Also, I don't need one. Let some other kid have one. My studio's fine. I wouldn't mind a new streaming PC. My Mac is really... It sounds like a jet airplane right now. I'd be buying a computer just for streaming. So I can have 2 computers in my office making the room hot. Doesn't that sound nice? Maybe I should get a streaming PC, and then I can do gaming too. You can watch me play Overwatch poorly, and then whine about my teammates, like a real Overwatch pro. What is this Genji doing? He's feeding. And the Genji's going, I need healing, and I don't give it to him. He doesn't deserve it. Oh, you know what? I used to have some of that stuff. I don't know where it went, though. I think we had to get rid of it when we moved. Because they don't want you to... They like, moving company... This isn't... Here's the thing your old pal Bob knows. When you move across country and you hire a moving company, they do not like to move aerosols. Because they explode. Nothing like having a big moving truck and then all of a sudden your moving truck explodes. They didn't even want to take my paint. And I was like, bro, you gotta take this paint though. This shit's expensive. I'm going to be doing painted covers for my next book, though. That'll be fun. Hot painted covers. Get ready to have your mind blown. Bet your old pal. You didn't know your old pal Bob did that, did you? Big painter. Back in the day. We'll see if I still got the skills. Probably not. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of destroyed canvases. Or boards. We'll see. Once again, try hard and believe in yourself. With D&D Beyond, it's never been easier. Yeah, readable on phone. Dude, that's what we do on Alligator Loki. Oh, maybe the Alligator Loki connection will get me a free Huion. That's a webcomic. It was the #1 webcomic on the Marvel Unlimited. It was the #1 comic period on Marvel Unlimited for a hot minute. Only painting you do anymore is Warhammer minis. Oh my god. My friend Jeremy tried to get me into that, and I could smell in my future hundreds of little gray unpainted pieces of plastic. I know who I am. And but it's so tempting. Like when you see a really beautifully painted mini, it's just like, oh my god, I want that. I want that little figurine in my house right now. But then you realize that you're the one that has to do it. And it's just like, is that really happening? Are you sure about that? You know? Better PC, finally become an elite gamer. Yeah, that's what's holding me back right now. What does Emong play on? I am an Overwatch degenerate, though. That is the truth. I'm pretty upfront about that. can see that? You can see that face? Okay. Finally, an elite gamer. The thing that's been holding me back on gaming hasn't been my lack of skill, my old, decrepit hands, my lack of hand-eye coordination, my aging reflexes. No, it was the gaming PC. At 700,000 frame rate, you can beat anybody. Alright. Let me get this background a little bit here. Oh, or you could watch me play Hades poorly. There's another game for you. I know that one. Just downloaded that the other day. Even though I know the sequel's coming out or is out. You can watch me continue to die to that snake guy over and over and over again. Actually, the snake guy's not a problem anymore. It's the I'm in that. I get to that green realm, and then the whole thing falls apart. We got this new microwave, and it makes the funniest little beep boops every time you turn it on, and I always get so happy about it. Anytime you're heating something up, boo-boo-doo, and I'm like, hell yeah. Banana bread, dude? Hell yeah, dude. Have you ever read J.H. Williams III's and Echolands? Did I read Echolands? Do I have a copy of Echolands? I think I looked at it at one point, and I don't know if I bought it. I might have a copy of it somewhere. I'd have to look. I remember it, though. I do remember it. I don't know if I read it, though. I have to look around in my shelves. Now, we've moved a couple times since then, so... it's entirely possible that I do have it, but... or that I got... You know, I don't think I did buy it. Definitely thought about it, though. I thought about buying it, and then I didn't. Like a real goober. Apologies, I am still clearing my throat a lot. There is a lot of lantana pollen in the air. Hello there. A little advice for the basics of drawing comics. Sure. So here's the hard part. The hard part is because you're telling stories with images, the first thing you need to do is get good at drawing just about everything. And that sounds sort of flip and rude, but like, you know, at a certain point, especially if you want to work professionally, right? At a certain point, somebody's going to ask you to draw something you don't know how to draw, right? Or they're going to ask you to draw something difficult, or you're just going to be asked to draw a little bit of everything. Like, you're like, I hate drawing cars, so you better figure out how to draw cars. I hate drawing trains, you better figure out how to draw trains, right? Because eventually it's going to show up in a script somewhere, and then you're going to be like, what do I do? So like, really, really, really figure out fundamentals. But for comics specifically, it's a lot of it is about pacing and eyeline. And what you want to, and this page itself is not an amazing example of it. Like, I kind of break some of my own rules here. But in general, what you really want to do, I'm going to get out a piece of paper here, and I'm going to get out a fat pen so I can do some demoing for you. Where's my big... Where's Big Brush? Big Brush, you in here? I've got a million pens, and they're all lost. I can't show you anything. I know I have one here. I have to. That's an X-Acto knife. That'll cut your finger off. Ah, here we go. Found it. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So, if you're doing web comics, right? So much of it is about like vertical pacing, right? And kind of leading the eye around, sort of back and forth and stuff like that. I deal primarily with Western style periodical comics. And the thing that you really want to do as far as your page goes is make sure that you're leading the eye, typically in some kind of S. Now, in some cases you may have to do more of them, right? Like if you're doing like hey, we got a thing up here, and then this guy is driving things. So like this can kind of help you figure out like perspective and stuff like that. So what I mean by that is like we'll do like a panel here and a panel here, and then we'll do a big panel here, and then another panel here and another panel here, right? And by this I mean you maybe you start with like a face looking this way, right? So now you're looking the way that he's looking, and then so he's looking, and then like the bad guy that you've already established throws something, and it's like a boomerang, and now the boomerang is coming this way. So now we're guiding the eye this way, and then our hero grabs the boomerang out of the air. So we have the motion lines coming from up here down to here, and now he's caught the boomerang. And then he's holding the boomerang up in front of his face, and he's like, "Ha, I've got your boomerang, idiot." And then he throws it back, right? So now we've done a nice S-curve through the page, and it's going to be very easy for the reader to follow it. Other things that are really important are on your pages are like a nice establishing shot that kind of that, you know, we'll put some mountains here, and we'll put Professor Bughead here, and then his sidekick, Ice Cream Man, and his friend the Cape. And once you have this established, you can use this establishing shot to make sure that all of your previous or all of your subsequent panels will, you can use the relationships that you establish here to help people. Like, so now I can put Cape Man. Now we have we established something called the 180 rule, right? So like, here's person 1, here's person 2, here's person 3. Camera is set here. You can't, now that we have this line here, you should not move the camera on this side. This is bad. Camera should always stay out here. And it helps people understand the relationships between people. So now, as you can see, because we've established this line here, we can put the camera over the shoulder of Bugman as he talks to the Cape. And then when we look back over at Bugman, we can put the Cape here, and Bugman goes down here. So these are just a couple of things, but these help establish relationships. And you know, it's I strive. I might be getting lunch ice cream, I think. We'll see about that. We'll see. But the thing I really strive for a lot in stuff is clarity. So as clear as you can be about what is happening, the better off you're going to be. So like here we have Cass replacing an old garbage bag, right? She's placing it in the new one. These people are talking, and we can see that our friendly arcade shop owner is introducing someone to her. He's trying to make introductions. She wants to talk to him. She's a friendly lady. She's having some hesitancy, right? Like, I try to be as clear about this as I can. You can use panel overlaps and stuff like that in the gutters, just kind of like speed pacing up and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of the best I can do for you at this point. I haven't let do like a good comics crash course. But if you have anything specific you'd like to know, or you have any specific questions that I'm happy to answer as many of them as you like. I heard once that a comic artist doesn't have to know how to draw everything. He needs to be ready to be able to draw all kinds of stuff. Yes. Like here, if I were to say to you, like, okay, I need you to be able to draw an airplane, but I don't know how to draw an airplane. But I do know how to, like, airplane coming at the camera. I don't know how to do that, right? Crap, I've never drawn one before. But I have drawn a train, right? So like, a train coming at the camera is just a tube, right? So I know how to draw a tube with stuff on the bottom of it coming at the camera. Zoom, right? So now that I know how to do that, I'm like, well, what is a plane if not a tube, right? Tube coming at camera, but it's got extra stuff. It's got some engines on the side, and it's got big cool wings, and the wings come off the side, and then here's the thing, and then it comes to a point. Oh my god, I knew how to draw a train. It turns out I know how to draw an airplane coming at the camera as well. Zoom. So like, as much of the fundamental stuff as you can is gonna pay off dividends. And like the, you know, this kind of stuff is Anyway, I think you get my meaning, right? Like once you kind of understand the fundamentals of all this stuff, a lot of the other things kind of fall into place. A couple things that I cannot encourage you to do enough. Okay, you're gonna hear people say you're cheating. You used reference. No. Anybody that says that is an idiot, and you can send them here, and we'll put them on Discord, and I will argue with them. I don't care. They are wrong. My phone is full of pictures of me doing like this at the camera and doing like this at the camera because you don't you kind of understand how everything looks, and you sort of have an understanding of how everything is put together, but the subtleties of at what point this overlap here goes from this to this is something you don't always know. And it's something that you won't have internalized because you haven't drawn it 100,000 times yet. So the more of the thing, even if you're like even if you've drawn it 1,000 times, sometimes it's good to just take the picture to help with the relationships between like hand here, big hand in the foreground, right? Those relationships, sometimes those relationships being a little bit off can make or break a drawing. And also, it's like, hey, I know what a city looks like. Yeah, you do know what a city looks like. But did you remember the mailboxes? Did you remember the trees? Did you remember traffic and people walking on them? Did the people look like they live in that city? Did you remember to put the awnings on there? Did you remember that sometimes there's an Italian restaurant, right? Sometimes having a having a photo in front of you will remind you of things that that would be fun to put in there. But maybe this is where they go eat on Tuesdays, right? I didn't think about putting one of those gates because the shop is closed. I didn't think about where the air conditioning was. So never be afraid of looking up reference for anything. And reference photography is invaluable for helping a scene feel lived in and helping it feel like a really real place that your characters are interacting with and inhabiting. Because when the world they're in feels alive, the whole comic feels alive and feels natural, feels real. A comic artist will tell you if you're lying. They will tell you pretty quickly if you've seen the thing you're drawing before. And you don't want to lie on the page as much as you can, as much as possible. Having that reference is good. Having that stuff there to fall back on is good. It helps. And yes, of course, I'm happy to impart any knowledge I have to anybody at any time. Oh, is it lunchtime? Is it time for the end of the stream? All right. Well, the morning stream has just completed, ladies and gentlemen, with an educational session. Please walk with me out to the front of the Studio of Solitude. Oh boy, what a day! What a morning. What a great morning this has been. So much fun we've had. We've drawn a bunch of arcade machines. We had some people talking. I answered some questions from the people who wanted... my arm! From people, and it's been great. I really had a great time talking to all you guys and drawing for you and having fun and listening to beep boop music. I'm going to go eat lunch. I might get ice cream, George. You don't know. I probably won't because I have a lot more work to do today. And plus, my wife and I are going to go out to eat tonight. It's Friday, okay? We like to have fun. We like to eat on Fridays. So, I'm going to go eat lunch. We're going to play Spelling Bee. We're going to win, as always. And then I'll come back for an afternoon stream. And hopefully you guys will want to join me then. And if not, no big deal. But if you do, the best. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Right now, I'm going to go back over here. And I'm going to extend the ladder back to the space station, and I'll see you guys later. So we eat lunch on the space station. I don't know if you guys do that, but that's how we do it. So I'm gonna go eat lunch on the space station. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, it's that time again. Walk up this ladder back to my space station.
I wish you could come too. I wish you could enter a cryo sleep with me to be rejuvenated amongst the stars. But you can't, and I'm sorry about that.
Hey, it's that time again. Walk up this ladder back to my space station.
Are you still here? No. Watch me walk up this ladder. It's a long walk from Earth to the moon. Many tens of miles. 10 miles to the moon. Shorter than you think. It's a very small moon. I'm going to a space station though. I screwed up. That's okay. You don't... We're gonna get on my case about it? That's fine. You can do that if you want. It's expensive to run a space station where you sleep and then go to Earth sometimes.
Hey, it's that time again. Walk up this ladder back to my space station.
Have you ever gotten on a Stairmaster? It's like that, but into space where there's no oxygen. It's very difficult. You should try it sometime.
Hey, it's that time again. Walk up this ladder back to my space station.
Miss you guys. Tune in next time. I'm looking forward to seeing you and drawing for you in the future.